if you go to the people's house, go as you are blind. And if you leave, leave as a deaf. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. All praise due to Allah, the one God, whom we seek His help, we seek His forgiveness and mercy, blessings upon all the prophets, until the final Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He said, a person, he might say a word. A person might say a word, لا يلقي لها بال, and he will even not think about it. So it's just a word coming out from his mouth and he's not even thinking about it. That word will cause this person to be in the hellfire, deep down in the hellfire for 70 years. Imagine. And this word is even, this person is not even thinking about. So this is the hadith. Now I'll give you an example. A woman came to another woman, her friend. She just gave a birth to a baby. So she came and she sat with her and saying, you know, congratulations and may God bless you and your children and your baby, your newborn baby. And then she said, so what your husband gave you as a gift? She said, well, nothing. This is my gift. You know, showing the baby. You know, this is the gift my husband gave me. So he says, really? He's really, he didn't appreciate you. You know? No gift, nothing at all for you? Strange. And she said that, and she left. After some time, she left. Now she started thinking, the woman, you know, the one who just gave the birth, and she started thinking and thinking, and her blood started boiling up. And once the husband comes, what happened? That you never appreciated me. I'm the one who's having the baby for 9 months. I'm the one who's delivering the baby. I'm the one who's having this, pain and this and that. And she started giving him out of no reason. And then he is a man, of course, he started giving her back. And there was fight going on between them. It ended up with divorce. From where it started? From one word. From that woman. That she said, he really didn't appreciate you by giving you a gift. And she left. Same example, a man comes and meets another man. Simple guy, working in a shop, a small, decent shop. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, where do you work? I work in so-and-so shop. Oh, really? How much you earn? He said, I earn only 150 dinar. Really? Only 150 dinar? That's strange. That owner or that manager doesn't deserve, that you work for him. Only 150 dinar? That's strange. And he left. And this guy started hating his work. He's hating his place that he's working. And he's boiling up. And once the manager comes or the owner comes, he said, no, I'm working here and I'm, loyal to you, but you're not appreciating me. You have to give me more. He said, I will not give you more. This is the package that I have, I will not give you more. No, you have to give me and this and that. And they had a fight. The manager fired him. He became without job, without a salary. He have, wife, children to provide them, and he is without a job, without anything. What happened? All this because of one word that this man said, that only that much you're earning. And another word, or another example that the Mashayikh also mentioned, that old guy, 60, 70 years old man, sitting in his house, really happy, doing nothing, just sitting, and as the Arabic society is like, sitting in the diwaniya, people are coming and visiting and leaving, So one guy comes and he said, so where's your son? He said, well, my son? He will come after a month, after a week or two, he will come and visit me. What? Your son only visits you once in 2 weeks? He said, yeah, my son is busy, he has his own children, he has a wife, this and that. But that's strange. Your son, he does not appreciate you. And he left by saying this word. And the father who have, clean heart towards his son, and he is completely satisfied with his son, now it's sad, this heart is filling up with the hate and things against his son. And what happened? At the end, he is not happy with his son. He is not even the son. Whenever he is visiting his father, the father is not appreciating his visits. And it ended up with separating or making cracks in the society. Where does it start from? From one word. So we as a Muslims, we have guidelines. You know, the Prophet ﷺ said very clear hadith that a person might say a word, he is not even thinking about it. This word, because of what will cause to the society, to the community, to the people, this word will make this person into the hellfire for 70 years deep down to the hellfire. So we as a Muslim, we have to not think twice. We have to think 10 times before we say a word. Because sometimes we say it, you know, out of ignorance, out of joking or whatsoever, but this word have an impact from the other side. And we never know. You know? Either it's our children, kids, wife, brothers, whatsoever, you know. So in short, we have to just pay attention to our words towards the friends, society, co-workers, colleagues, whatsoever, so we can live easily. Otherwise, there will be no difference between the one who's just uttering a word and falling into the category of this hadith. And on the day of judgment, you will be surprised that your angels taking you deep down to the hellfire, and you're just, you know, burning there for 70 years just because of the word that you uttered. So I ask Allah Almighty to give us the understanding of what we say. I ask Allah Almighty to give us the understanding the wisdom of the hadith, the wisdom of the Quranic verses, so we can deal with people as Allah and His Prophets wants from us to deal with. Jazakumullah khair, thanks a lot, and this is a short thing that I would like to share with you. Jazakumullah khair, thank you. If you have any question, if you went through any kind of this situation, please, we are free to discuss about this matter.
I remember the Prophet ﷺ, he said, avoid qil and qal, you know, that this useless talk.
Jazakallah khair.
True. He also mentioned it's not allowed to joke by telling something that's not true. Like you can't, you know, make someone laugh by telling something that's not actually true. So, because I notice even all of us, myself, sometimes I have to stop myself. Like, oh, I can't. I want to maybe make people laugh, and I have to stop myself. I can't say that because this is not true. Be careful.
Yes, Jazakallah khair. The word brother mentioned, qila qal, the Prophet ﷺ said, like, don't engage yourself with arguments and, like, you know, he says something, so I have to prove my point, so I have to argue with this person, and it comes back, and you have to, you know, give it back and forth. So it's better to avoid it, you know. So don't get into the argument, unnecessary arguments. So this is really important, especially nowadays. You know, nowadays, if a person is, everyone knows that this person is wrong, you know, and what he's saying is completely wrong, and he did a mistake. I saw by myself that people really, they're stubborn in a way that you cannot even explain. No, it means like this, it means like that. But you said it in a wrong way, it's wrong, the explanation whatsoever you're giving, it doesn't make any sense, and he's insisting, you know, in whatever, you know. So it's really hard at this time, especially, you know, with advanced technology and knowledge and whatsoever, people, you know, these things prevent a person to say, yes, okay, sorry, I had a mistake. It's very difficult for a person to say this word, I'm sorry. And from the other side, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he said that the best answer, if you can say to someone, is, I don't know. Right. That's it. If you don't know, say, I don't know.
This is half a knowledge.
Half a knowledge, you know. Exactly. But you go into things and try to explain into a way that even it's not logic, or it's not, it's not logic or something like that. It's waste of time, waste of energy, and at the end,
as talk is a big problem. So there's another hadith the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. There's one organ of the body that when the person leaves his house in the morning, all the other organs of the body are saying to this one organ, you know, if you're okay, we're going to be okay. If you're not okay, we're not going to be okay. And this organ is the tongue. The tongue, right? So all the other parts of the body are nervous, like, oh, you know.
Yeah, it's a serious hadith. It's a serious hadith that, you know, when a person leaves house in the morning, all organs talking to the you know, to the tongue, that, you know, we are connected to you. If you are good, we are safe, you know, and if you are bad, we are in trouble, you know. So fear Allah in us, you know, that, you know, fear Allah that, you know, we are connected to you, and if you say something good, and, you know, the consequences will come to us. So true, you know, it's actually deep discussion of the tongue and scourge of the tongue. Sometimes we utter things, and about the knowledge of saying I don't know. Just a few days back, I saw a man in the street. It's better not to mention where exactly, in which country. He's saying, now this shows, like, how people and Muslims are ignorant nowadays, and this is unfortunately. So he's going. He stopped a youth and he said, "Hello, how are you? Okay, I'm fine." He said, "Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Who's his father?" So he said, "His father is Rasulullah." Rasulullah means the messenger of Allah, the messenger of God. And we know Muhammad is the messenger of God. But he asked him, "Who's the father of Muhammad?" He said, "His father is messenger of Allah." It doesn't make any sense. He said, no, he is messenger of Allah, but you tell me, who is his father? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Imagine, he's saying things that doesn't make any link. Just say, I don't know. Believe me, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, he's standing and he's asking him. And he's insisting, and he's trying to explain that, messenger of Allah is his father. What you trying to say? Just say, I don't know. Simple, I don't know.
Some people just can't say I don't know. I mean,
exactly.
Some people just because of kibr, pride, they have to say something.
That's the problem.
And,
that's the problem.
I can tell you so many problems we had, like at work, because someone felt like they had to say something because they didn't want to look stupid, like they didn't want to look like they didn't know something.
Yeah.
They said something that was wrong, and it caused something. In one case, it took a year to fix the problem that they caused because they just had to feel like they had to say something. I don't know, because in this. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe this part of the world, people just feel like I have to say something.
Yeah.
I can't look like I'm not knowledgeable. It's really strange. But
Sheikh, out of the particular thing which you were discussing,
yes,
are we discussing about namima, or are we discussing along those lines?
Basically, namima is also namima means, brother, that taking and carrying out. For example, if someone said bad thing about brother Ahmed,
Yeah.
So if I carry out whatever he says and I go and tell, what, Ahmed is this and that because I heard from so-and-so saying, this is called namima. So I'm carrying out the bad things or bad words that I heard, for brother Ahmed, and then taking out. And this is another story. We are all, unfortunately, Muslims, non-Muslims, of course, we have a red line. We cannot do that. Of course, other people, other countries, and other religion, we are not, responsible for them. But let's look into ourselves. This is our problem.
Yeah.
Especially with the women, with the women when they have this community, social community, something like that. They hear from here and they take it from from the other side, and if they hear 10%, they have to add like another 50% on it, and then they have to pass it on.
Bonus, like this sort of free gift they add to your purchase.
Subhanallah, and this is a big sin,
The thing is actually, there's a hadith the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that someone was talking about the difference between slander and backbiting, riba. Because the Prophet ﷺ said that the slanders, telling you tell a lie about someone, that's slander, but also the riba, backbiting, saying something about your brother that may be true, but it's something he does not want you to talk about.
In front of
the definition, in front of other people. So so you could be the truth. You could say, hey, brother so and so, he did this thing, and it could be true, but he doesn't want people to know about this, and he told you in context, an outright lie. This is very bad.
Yeah.
It's also.
I don't know if there are other
Backbiting,
Backbiting.
It's like
out of the punishments from the grave. I mean, there are many, but I think the hadith Rasul said the riba, the one who does namima, and the one who doesn't clean his the gentle parts after the washroom.
Yeah.
Am I missing something else from the punishment?
Well, there are actually many hadith. So if you recall all of them, one of the things also those who will be punished, of course, as you said, the punishment of the grave, because there is no three ways, only two ways. Either you will be in your grave looking into the paradise, and you will wish that, okay, oh God, just bring the day of judgment and bring this whole world into the end, so I will just go to my place because he will be so happy. The other one, he will be in a miserable way and he will be looking into the hellfire, his destiny, and he will be saying, oh God, even the pain he will be suffering. And there's many hadith that says that There will be worms eating his flesh, and there will be snake, biting him and whatsoever. That pain will be severe, but he will prefer to bear this pain instead of going to the main his destination, because he knows what will happen to him. So he will say what the other person was saying in opposite way. He said, no, I don't want the day of judgment will come. Okay, I'll be in the grave, I'll bear the pain and I'll do all these things, but I don't want to go to the. So there's two ways. Either going to the paradise and he will be in rest, the other one he will be in punishment and going to the hellfire. So and of course one of the things that a person will be tortured or punished, that lying or cheating or whatsoever, and also one thing that the not cleaning the private parts, after going to the bathroom. So this is also because today's khutbah even the sheikh was saying that even the etiquettes of the bathroom we know about it, like you have to clean yourself, you have to wash yourself, you have to do many things. So this is very important. Yes,
I don't. What are the etiquettes of the bathroom? I don't know.
Very good question. Now, etiquette of the bathroom. For example, now, first of all, if you remember last time, you have to say Bismillah before you enter. You have to because we know the bathroom is the place of where the jinns and the
So the unclean spirits.
So we enter before entering to the bathroom. We say Bismillah, and then a small supplication. But Bismillah is also enough. If you enter, now this is etiquette number one, that you say Bismillah before entering to the bathroom. One of the etiquettes also of the bathroom, that after either urinating or passing the tool, either one of the things, we have to clean ourselves from the water. The concept of now the tissue papers or the papers and this and that, it's going, it's spreading like a fire. Everywhere. One other thing, I went to.
That's why you have the
Clean
sprayer
yourself with water.
next to your
Yeah,
toilet.
what's that?
You have the
Clean
sprayer.
yourself
With water, yes, we have to.
The bidet.
You have to use
I was
water.
wondering what was that. How do men use that? I'm seriously. I know women will use it, but so you're supposed to clean your genitals with the.
Yeah, exactly. With the spray, at least of course, after urinating or after even passing the tool, we have to clean ourselves, because we know that these drops are unclean and unhygiene as well. So it causes disease after a long time. So imagine into that detail. Our religion told us that no, you have to clean yourself. So if this is about the drop of a urine, what about the the tool? It's really unclean. So just imagine a person is just wiping it with stool. Sorry, exactly. Okay. So stool. Just imagine a person is just wiping it with using a tissue or something like that. It's really unhygiene, and it's really not. And these things also brings the jinn, because jinns like a person to be unclean. So this person, for jinns, it's like an open door. They can go and possess this person anytime. So for us, it's very important to. So these are the etiquettes. It's better not to. The etiquettes is also that you don't talk in the bathroom unless if it's so necessary. Unless it's very necessary. Of course, it's forbidden to read Quran in the bathroom. It's forbidden. Not only it comes into the ethics, it's forbidden. But also, let's say a person is there. It's not necessary for a person to reply to his calls and whatsoever in the bathroom. Some people does do that. So it's better to do these things out of the bathroom. So they are few, but if you do it, you will be rewardable. You get reward from it.
Facing the Qibla while passing.
Of course, this is also a deep, but these are the main concepts.
I know this goes so, but how do you, if you clean, you want to clean yourself because you pass your stool? How do you do that without getting your clothes wet?
There's
Well, you're sitting down.
there's specific latrines that are designed for
Yeah,
that.
it's big.
They're not chairs. You have to squat.
No, even
Even with that, you still
even
can
with
do
the
it.
with the
Yeah, you
with
can
the
still
chair,
wash
even
yourself.
with the
It's
chair.
just more- it's
That's
just
what I'm
more-
saying. These are the basics one. At least say Bismillah before entering, clean yourself with the water. This is the basics. So these are the main thing regarding the etiquettes of these things, and also regarding the etiquettes regarding the same issue that I spoke about, like one word. If a person say, and this word can cause this person to be in a hellfire. I heard one of the sheikh was saying a beautiful thing. Sheikh means a scholar or some imam or something like that. He said, if you go to the people's house, go as you are blind. And if you leave as a deaf. In other way, if you go and meet people, make yourself you're blind. Don't just look everything that, okay, this person is wearing this person is doing this person having this person is, so, don't just look into this. Go, make your business, meet some person whatsoever, have good time with him. When you leave deaf. Means when you meet other people, don't say anything about this person. Except what is good. Don't say, well, this person is actually this, he do this, and his house is mess, and this person is not clean or clean, whatsoever. Don't mention anything about this person. So get into the people's house like a blind, leave like a deaf. So I really appreciate what this Sheikh said, that this is what we need today. Wallahi, this is what we need today. Because this is the problem with the people. Yeah, true. And it says also, the explanation I heard from the Sheikh, it says, when you hurt someone with your tongue, with a word or something, just one word, can rip a person off, right? It says, and if you hurt the same person with a sword, with a knife, right? The wound of that sword can heal up, can be healed in some time.
Yeah.
But the hurt of this word, never. It's like a bullet. It as you said, it comes out once. It will never come back. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You just so you have to be very careful using your words. And
there was also an experiment like the physical, just talking about the hormones activity inside the body. When something is struck and you feel pain, and when something vulgar and evil was told to a person, the pitch of the feeling when he got when someone spoke to the vulgar was much more higher than actually the pain being struck. There was an experiment.
Okay, they did it already,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so imagine, and our Prophet told us this, long time back. That is, try not to hurt other, not to, say bad things to the others, and that's
We
it.
have to be very careful about our words.
If you can guarantee two things, your tongue and what is between your legs.
Yes,
Hadith.
this is one of the hadith of the Prophet. He said, whoever can control over his tongue and what's his between legs, the thigh, whoever control and protect it, I will guarantee for this person to be in the paradise. Which means,
Really?
yeah, so
Just control two things.
just control two things and you will be, because it's very difficult. Believe me, it's very difficult.
Very good hadith.
Yeah. So this is
Be careful about our words.
this is very important for us.
Regarding jinn,
Yes, sir.
regarding jinn,
Yes.
this is concept generally that they are female and male,
Yes.
two types,
Yes.
and they are catching opposite sex. Is it true?
Yes.
Male is catching female, female is catching male,
Yes.
and
Like amongst the men, or
generally they are where they are in the dirty place.
They are everywhere. They are here as well.
They are also
They are everywhere, but as it says in the Quran that they can see us, we cannot see them. They cannot harm us unless you start with it. For example, they are everywhere. Yes, they are mainly in the dirty places, where the garbage, the bathrooms, the what you call it, the balu'a, gutters,
Sewage.
gutter.
sewer.
Yeah.
Sewage.
Exactly. So where these filthy places are, this is their core place, But they're everywhere, Once you protect yourself by reading the surahs, the chapter Ikhlas and chapter Fatiha and chapter A'udhu Birabbin Nas, and these, main chapters, you are protected. They cannot do anything to you. Even if a person he forgot to read, it's better for him to read. But if he forgets, they will not harm him unless he is in impurity status, If there's dirt on him, as I mentioned, there's either urine drops or stool, something. So they will look at this person, and if they decided to harm this person, they can do it. And yes, that's normal. As I mentioned last week, that yes, they are exactly like our world, male and female. There are intelligent jinn and there are dumb jinn. There are intelligent, exactly like us, There are good jinns and there are bad jinns. There are Muslim jinns, there are Christian and Buddhist, all kind of exactly our world, but unseen into the other world. And they can harm a human being. And as you said, female jinn can harm men because it's the opposite gender, and vice versa. But it's not necessary that only this case have to be happen, like a female with the man or man with the female. I mentioned last time that a jinn, a lady throw hot water in the bathroom. She wants to clean something, so she have a bucket with the hot water. She throw it in the bathroom, and after some time, 10-15 minutes, her daughter, small daughter, she start crying and she become red and she's crying. So they call Sheikh, and Sheikh start reading upon this small baby. So the jinn start talking, you know.
A jinn touched her.
Yeah, the jinn possessed her actually. So the Sheikh was saying that, okay, leave her. Yes, why you're harming her? So now the jinn said that her mother, this daughter's mother, harmed my daughter. She was in the bathroom and she poured the hot water, and this hot water went to her. So my daughter is hurt, so I will hurt your daughter, and I will, and I will not leave until I hurt her. But alhamdulillah, the jinn left, But usually this happens. Same thing I mentioned last time, that we should not harm them. How we should not harm them? By doing these things. If you would like to throw something, if you would like to do anything, we should say Bismillah. Once you say Bismillah, khalas, your path is clean and everything, and you can do whatever you want to do. So this is in general. Yes, sorry, brother, you want to say something? I think you forgot.
No. I was reading this week, and I was waiting to come ask. I was reading about the women in Islam as far as covering. And it seemed like from what I was reading that the scarf is not enough, is that they're really supposed to be completely covered, but I don't know. What is the Quran or the Hadith say on that?
What was your first part of the question? I couldn't
He
get.
was talking about like the women covering themselves.
Yeah, okay.
He's talking about the hijab.
Okay.
Hijab, that was the word, right?
Hijab.
Hijab and
Okay.
About the niqab and the covering of the full face.
The face or the hand, or you mean the whole hand or everything?
From what I was reading, it sounded like the scholar was saying that the woman should be completely covered, and the scarf is not enough. That's a Western idea.
Okay, I'll explain to you. Now, first of all, let's take the word hijab. The word hijab, literally it does not mean covering, or the scarf, that, you cover your face, not face, the head, the hair and the head and everything. Hijab literally means that you put a barrier. For example, so this is a cup, right? If I do like this, I'm making hijab now for you to see the cup. So anything I will cover up or hide or put a barrier, that's called hijab, And before women, Allah talks us, Allah Almighty talking to the men to make hijab or to apply the hijab. Now, what kind of hijab we should apply? We should wear something or something like that? No. Allah said that whenever you see a woman, you should look down, lower your gaze. You should not just stare at her from the first street till the end and you're just looking at her. No. If you're in the market and someone just appear in front of you, put your head down and just go to place that you want to go. So this is the first instruction. People, usually talk about the hijab or the scarf of a woman. If you read the instructions first to the men, because this is our problem that we see. We're the one who looks and make our gaze just go everywhere and look around and this and that and check everything. So number one instructions for us that, of course, yes, look everywhere. But once there is a female which is not lawful to you, lawful means a wife, or a daughter or something like that. If she is not lawful to you, put your head down, put your eyes down, and make hijab. Means make a barrier between you and her. So you will not go and start looking at her and then look into her figure and then your mind start going and thinking and imagining. And this is normal, by the way. Yeah, this is normal. We are all human, and by the way, we are all men. Let us be serious.
Yes.
Don't say I'm a Muslim or I'm a Hindu or I'm a Christian. This is a normal feeling.
All men do so.
Exactly. Yes, we Muslims, even we have a feelings. We are not feelingless people, right? So even if there's a woman and she is wearing very tight clothes or something like that, obviously you will look at her. But of course, we know the instructions to look down.
She is beautiful.
Of course. So if she's beautiful and she's wearing very tight clothes and maybe many clothes, or maybe maybe mini skirts or something like that, it's normal to look at her. But of course, we know the instructions: look down, right? But What about those who don't know about it? They will look and they will look and they will start imagining and imagining, and this goes also the kidnapping and raping, and of course we all know these things, you know.
Yeah.
This, you know, in a long term, this will happen, you know, if a person is doing that, because this, the scholar says that, you know, once you look, this is the first step. Now you start looking. Okay, maybe you will not do to this woman, but next time the looking part will become very normal to you. So you will look here and you will look there and you will. So every day you are just looking, looking, looking. Now there will be, you know, poke from inside. You know, the shaitan will poke you that, you know, just try to, you know, talk to her. Try to, you know, go and do, and then you might talk, you know, and then okay, exchange the numbers, and then okay, let's meet up, and then, you know, at the end, we know what will happen. So why you started from the beginning? If there's anything like that, no, not lawful to you, just put your head down. So this is the hijab for the men, actually. You know, the God Almighty talking about the hijab, you have to apply or implement it in your life. Secondly, same thing with the woman, that cover yourself, you know, cover yourself and do not show your beauty except to those who are lawful to you. So her husband, you know, because once she is married, she's lawful to her husband. She can wear whatever she wants, and it's completely fine. So, for example, now, what is now required for a Muslim lady to cover her beauty? So everything, you know, I'm sure you saw the abaya, you know, the black dress or something like that. And it's not necessarily black, but the scholar said it's preferable black, because black can prevent everything. Otherwise, if you start wearing the, you know, soft, light colors, that can be, you know, with the sun or with the water or with something like that, it can expose person's body. So black or dark colors are preferable. So for example, if she's covering completely head to toe, you know, and she's covering her hair, which is the main beauty, face is fine. Some of the scholars says face is fine. Some other scholars says even the face sometimes cause a problem, you know, because if a face is so beautiful, it can also make a problem. So they said no, it's better to cover it up. So it's a difference of opinion. If a person would like to just cover her head with showing the face, it's fine. If a person would like to complete cover herself, it's completely fine. So we cannot say that, you know, this is right and this is wrong. It's up to them. The choice is up to them. But the minimum required is covering the hair, the head. So at least the other person, the other gender, will not look into the, you know, for example, the hair or hand or legs or whatsoever, you know, that could.
You will see nothing.
So at minimum, a Muslim woman should have her hair covered.
Hair covered and wear decently.
Regarding the face, regarding the head, the minimum is that.
You know, the head. But unfortunately now, this is the problem. Some people think that for a believing woman, it's very important to cover her head. So she's covering, you know. So if you look only the head, you say, oh, she's a believer woman. She is like a, you know, like a Mother Mary, you know. If you just look, you know, from top on the top, you will say, okay, this is a Mother Mary, you know. She is look like, you know, very covered up. And once you just go down, you know, it's completely like, you know, as I said, you know, tight either jeans or tight shirt, and you can figure out every single piece of her that, you know, the whole body structure, you know. So this hijab is not actually doing anything to her, because she's exposing her beauty or she's exposing her body to the others, you know. So a person should maintain that she have to make a barrier between her body or her beauty to the others. So no point, you know, some people, they don't get it properly. They just wrap, and this is a problem. Some other, I was reading that some people now got the concept of covering in a wrong way. They are wrapping, they're not covering. So there's something called cover, and there's something called wrap, you know. So if, for example, so if I take this cup, and I wrap it properly, and it's still, you can see the you know, there's a curve, and this side is round, and this is smaller than the, you know. But if you say cover, it means something big, so you cannot see what exactly it is, how big it is, you know. So this is the problem nowadays with our sisters. May Allah forgive us all. That they wrap themselves, you know, and they don't cover themselves. And there's a big, you know, difference between wrapping and covering.
Tight clothes, tight.
Yeah.
Sheikh, I have just a question because it comes up sometimes regarding the niqab. Aisha radiallahu anha, when she, after Rasul Sallallahu passed away, or I don't know when, but she used to wear like a face covering, like a full one, right?
Allahu alam, I don't know. But as I know, according to the ayah, according to the verse in the Quran, that they used to wear this al-khimar. The word khimar is something big, something really big, a piece of cloth, and they put it from their head until it's one piece. So it's not like, you know, one piece of abaya and second piece of what we are doing right now. It's one piece, you know, they put it up in them, so it's from head to toe, it's covered. So obviously the face will be covered, you know.
So was it strictly because of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's wives, or?
The ayah, the verse says that, you know, Ya ayyuhan Nabi, O Prophet, tell your wives and the believing woman. So believing woman covers all the Muslims, you know. So this is what the ayah says. But also some of the mashayikh, they also went and they come up with the evidence, hadith, that also some of the women at that time, they used to wear this big khimar or this veil, but their faces still shone, you know. So that's what I'm saying. This is difference of opinion. Either you completely cover, it's fine. Either you completely cover with showing your face, it's fine, you know. So both are fine. Basically, what you heard is I think one opinion of the scholar that no, they have to cover everything, but the other opinion of the scholar, because as I told you, our basic is either Quran or the Hadith. In the Hadith, you will find both, as the brother mentioned that, you know, yes, some of the women, they are completely covered at the time of Prophet, and of course, when the Prophet sees this situation and agrees upon it, this is considered as something in a part of religion that he either didn't deny it or didn't, you know, say anything about it. And some other women, it says in the hadith, you know, you come across with it, that some of the women, when they used to come and ask the Prophet any question, they are covered, but their face are, you know, exposed. So in this case, you have two different opinions. Some scholars say no,
Yeah.
it's better you cover. Some scholars said it's better if you would like to cover, it's okay, but it's okay to show your face.
So is it, I don't know, is it frowned upon a Muslim woman who doesn't cover at all?
Yes.
It's what?
Is it considered a bad thing if a Muslim woman does not cover?
She is not following the instructions of God Almighty, you know. So of course, yeah, she is like she is involved into a sin, but of course, you know, she could be a good. By the way, this is a problem. From last 20, 30, 50 years, this is what happened. You know, some good people, good women, they grow up, and no one told them that the hijab is compulsory. So they take it, it's an optional. Either I take it or I don't take it, you know. And they grow up without taking it. And then their children, you know, they grow up and they say their mother is not you know, wearing, she's not wearing, so, you know, I don't have to wear. So, and some of them, they said, okay, I went to school, I learned about it, I saw my friends wearing it, so they will wear it. But the concept of obligatory, they don't know, majority of them. But it is obligatory. And some of women, Brother Ibrahim was telling me, that he said one of the best employee, you know, in his department, or maybe in one of the department which is next to his office, he said, praying, she's going 5 times a day and praying. In Ramadan, she's fasting, and she is very kind, and she is very helpful, and she is, you know, even helping the poor and the office boy and everything, you know, time to time. But she's not wearing hijab. So he's thinking, like, you know, this woman, there's something missing. I'm sure, with all this kindness, with all this religion that she has, and she's praying and fasting, there's something missing. She doesn't know about it. So what the brother Ibrahim did, and may Allah reward him, he took a link of YouTube of Yusuf Estes. You know, there's one guy, his name is Yusuf Estes.
Yeah, I've been watching him.
You're watching him?
Yeah,
With
Yusuf Estes.
yeah, white beard, right? A guy with a white beard.
Stevie.
Yeah,
Right.
guy is Stevie. So he's funny, you know, sometimes he cracks jokes and something like that. So he was like a 5 minutes video, he's talking about hijab. But in a way, it's like a fun or something like that. And what he did, you know, he sent it to group of, you know, he didn't send it to the sister. And this is one of the, you know, you call it wisdom. You cannot just sometimes go and directly to talk to the person. So he put many emails into 2, you know, addressing, and he included email of the sister as well, you know, and he put that link and he sent it. He said Allah knows best. He said, I don't know. Maybe this is the email, this is the reason, and Allah knows best. But after a few months, he saw the sister, she's wearing hijab. You know, alhamdulillah, Allah guided her. So sometimes, you know, you never know. A person is really good, but he does not know about it. And once a person knows that it's compulsory, it's obligatory, they will do it, you know. So brother did a good job, sending an email to everyone, including her. And he said, I'm not sure. Still, he was telling me some time ago that I'm not sure. It could be my email, it could be from Allah. She just got the guidance, But it's obligatory, yes. So, but the one who's not doing it, yes, she is, of course. She is either ignorant and maybe she does not know about it.
Regarding a difference of opinion about the madahib, how did it, like the basic thing at least, like the gem, how does it happen that when all the Sahabas are there at the same time, and they're seeing Rasulullah and he's in congregation and he has prayed like the khutbah and he has been leading prayers. So all the Sahabis are seeing him at one place. So at that time, obviously, maybe he's putting his hand on the chest, and other issues also in Islam.
So from the madahib.
Yeah. So when all the Sahabis are present, his companions are present at the same time, and are looking at Rasulullah, now where does the difference
comes from? Very good question now. Even the difference of opinion was there at the time of Prophet, and Prophet is alive. Imagine. I'll give you an example. So this is normal. The difference of opinion, if I tell you, for example, just imagine with me. If I tell you, make in your imagination, make a circle in your mind. Make a circle in your mind. Okay. Now, I'm sure some people made circle like this in your mind. Some people made circle like this, right? Even though my word was just make a circle, right? Now you make a circle like this or you make a circle like this, it's in your, but at the end it's a circle, right? Same thing. Now, what happened, I'll tell you. Some of the Prophet, peace be upon him, he sent two of the companions to certain place, and the Prophet said that don't pray Asr or pray Asr. Asr is one of the prayers at 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock. So he sent the morning, and he said, pray Asr, pray that prayer into that area. Okay? Exactly. So once they left, what happened? While they are going, in the middle of the road, it was like 3 o'clock, the time of Asr. So one of the companions said, let's pray Asr. It's a time of Asr prayer. The other companion said, no. The Prophet told us, you pray Asr there. The first companion said, no. The Prophet meant that we have to go fast, so we reach at that place at Asr. But since we are, walking or not going fast, so we're in the middle of the road. Or we in the middle of the way. So what to do? So the one companion said, no, I will pray Asr there. The other companion said, no. By the time we reach there, the time of that prayer will go. So I have to pray Asr here. So one companion prayed Asr on spot at that time. The other companion went to that place and he reached in the night. And we know that the time of Asr it's while afternoon, So once the sun set, that's it, you have to pray before it. But he prayed after sunset. And later on, they went back to the Prophet and they said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that this is what happened, This guy prayed on spot, but you told us to pray there, so who's right? The Prophet looked at them and he smiled and he said, both of you are right. Both of you are right, So this is it. Look, at that time, the Prophet gave them the instructions and same thing. Now, these are first of all, let's understand. Now, the scholars, the major scholars of the Islam, we know the Imam Hanifa, Imam Shafi'i, these scholars. Now, they have different of opinion with the scholar says with the branches. You have a main tree, and you have one branch, and within branch there's also small. So the difference of opinion comes with the branches. The main is the main the pillar or the main root is the same. So for example, we all pray Asr 4 units, right? 4 rak'ah, right? So no scholar will say no. You have to pray 3. The basic is 1, right? Now it's just. Some people say, okay, once you enter to the masjid, you pray extra for Imam Abu Hanifa, he says, you pray extra for, or something like that. Now, basically, it all happened at the time of Prophet, Even putting the hand, some people put the hand here, some people put the hand here. whatsoever. It's the end. We stand in a good way, in a respectful way, in front of Allah, in the mosque. So basically, there is a hadith. There is a hadith of Prophet putting his hand, at the bottom, here. There is a hadith. The Prophet put his hand in the middle of his chest, standing like this. So different of opinion and different of hadith is already there. And what happened? Time of Abu Hanifa, the first scholar who came after the generation of the companion. You all agree that there is no communication, nothing, no technology, nothing, Even books in a form of a book, it was not exist at that time. So people used to take the hadith from as a narration, So as I mentioned last time, I heard it from Ali. Ali heard it from Ahmed. Ahmed heard it from so and so. It goes until it reaches to the Prophet, So the narration. Now, for example,
This is for Sahih, right?
not Sahih. This means like the narration, the chain of narration.
مصطلح الحديث.
The hadith means the saying of the Prophet. Okay.
Right.
But this is the reason that the hadith of the Prophet is still preserved, than any other books. There's no history of Jesus, peace be upon him, registered. There's no history of Moses registered. Same like Prophet Muhammad, because people used to go and exactly look what he said, heard what he said, and they tell their friends, and then it goes like this. So I'll make it easy for you guys. In states like, there is a sheriff, right? Sheriff in a town or like a police guy, right? Sheriff, right? This sheriff, usually in the movies, he's a police guy for that place for like last 15, 20 years. So he knows this house, they're a troublemaker, and this house, they have two sons. One son is really quiet, but the other son is always into drugs, and he knows everyone. This house is, old couple. Yeah, they are just about to die in a few days. He knows everything about all the community, right? Same thing. We have scholars to know the chain of the narration. Okay, so imagine if we have now Maurice, said hadith or said something that from he heard it from Prophet. Let's say he said, "I heard Prophet saying this and so to our brother." Our brother will come to his father and he said, "I heard Maurice saying that the Prophet said so and so." I mentioned this last time, The chain goes and it's coming to me. I'm telling Ali, Now, who's the last person? Let's say our brother Khalid. There is a sheriff or the scholar, you can say, he knows the biography of all of us, And he will say that, okay, in the whole narration there is Maurice. We know Maurice, he is a trustworthy person. He never lies. And one of the things that he never forgets. So maybe, some people, they hear something, they forget, and they add up something else. So the scholar or the sheriff, he knows about Maurice everything. And he's trustworthy, and he is. Then he will go to, our brother Faraz. Okay, until he sees my names. Okay, Muhammad, he's in the narration. Now, Muhammad is a good man. Muhammad, he is also praying, and he's honest, and he's pious, let's say. But the only problem with Muhammad, that he forgets, and he talks too much. Which is true, right? Okay.
I don't think anyone here is going to tell you that.
He forgets, and he talks too